rip his shirt off. All the dudes start taking their shirts off. It's like, what the freak is going on? Hey, what's poppin', YouTube? It's your boy KiteZz here with my lovely wife. It's just Alex.
What's up, peoples?
Hey, today we have officially watched the live for Pop the Balloon Netflix. Boy, it was something. It was something. I'm gonna keep it a stack with you. We watched it, and then we had a little feedback session in the Discord where we had a lot of people. We had about 40 people come into the Discord, and we kind of talked about our opinions on it. I will have that video attached to this video so you guys can see how the discussion went. Long story short, this felt like, I don't know how they did it, but this felt like Saturday Night Live's version of Pop the Balloon. Mm-hmm. But they took all the funniness and the funny people and got rid of that. So it felt like a parody of a parody.
Yeah, like kind of like Mad TV.
Yeah, let's get this verse off clear. People, I know a lot of people are gonna be like, Arlette and BM did this. Look, Arlette and BM are executive producers, but let's keep it real. They're executive producers because it's their product, right? The producers that they have on here are the other four, because there's 6 executive producers. It's not just Arlette BM, it's 4 other people in that room. And guess what? These 4 other people have worked with each other on series after series after series after series.
On Netflix, yeah. So
if you think Arlette and BM are in that room and everything that they're saying is just like, oh, we'll do whatever you say, Arlette, we'll do whatever you say, BM, I can't believe that, especially after we saw who the executive producers were. And I'm gonna make sure as I'm talking, I'm gonna put the pictures of the producers up and what they worked on. 90 Day Fiance, Dates from Hell.
Yeah.
Freaking
anything like dating, TV, reality dating shows, like 90 Day Fiance, The Perfect Match, The Ultimatum, like stuff like that. Anything that's like Netflix exclusive, especially with those series. Most of those producers have worked with each other on those series. So yep. When I saw the trailer, it gave that vibe right off the jump. I'm like, this feels like The Perfect Match, The Ultimatum. It feels like Love is Blind. It feels like every other reality TV series that you see on any streaming service, with a hint of like SNL type vibes too, because at some point it kind of felt like I was being punked. Like this can't be real. But then, you know, as I'm looking at it, I'm like, it doesn't give the full-on intentions of what Pop the Balloon and Find Love really is. Pop the Balloon or Find Love really is. It just gave Pop the Balloon and comedic relief. And we'll get into the comedic relief because it wasn't funny.
Right. So it felt like the only part that I could feel Arlette and BM in was the fact that the people had balloons.
That's it. In the intro.
Bro, Arlette and BM's YouTube structure is so perfect that it made this look like a celebrity game show.
Yeah.
This looked like I expected a dude with a briefcase with a number on it to be like, and number 14, your balloon. Like, that's what this felt like. They took the complete energy of Pop the Balloon that Arlette and them and that all the other Pop the Balloon people, the other people, because I'm gonna tell you now, this Netflix thing, it felt like the other producers of the show, the other 4 guys that are doing the show, are the writers too, but that after Arlette and BM probably went home, they got in the room and said, all right, now that they're gone, let's really talk about what we're gonna do here. Because that's what that felt like. It felt like the Boondocks, when the Boondocks talked about BET. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch that episode. It's the BET episode of Boondocks. That is what this was. It's like, how do we mess up this thing that black people are doing and make it what we want it to be? They gentrified Pop the Balloon. That's what this was, bro.
Yeah, and they put the same copy and paste structure that they put on every Netflix series onto this show, and then they just made it live.
Yep. At this point, let's break down to the first point. The host had no control of the show at all. Okay. Shout out to her She's funny when she was able to talk, right? For this to be a lineup full of actors, this is why I say it felt like it was a YouTube short of, you know how all the viral YouTube shorts that we have on our page, it's never Arlette doing something crazy. Sometimes it's face expressions, but the shorts that go viral be the contestants that say something. The host tried to move on and speak and get her point across and conduct. And these are all actors, by the way. These are actors who are in films. They talked over her. They were loud, obnoxious. The host kept having to say, I'm the host, I'm the host, I'm the host. And they kept going. They didn't care.
Character syndrome. A lot of them have main character syndrome. A lot of those contestants that you'll see, some you can already tell. Some of them were already on shows like The Ultimatum. Some was on 16 and Pregnant. Yeah, it was a lot. They were on a lot of reality TV shows.
Right. The lady behind me, this lady in the blue, the only black people on the show, right, was mainly her, this light-skinned lady to the right, there was another black girl on the left, and then the host, right? For some reason, they made her every ghetto stereotype that you could portray black women as.
Yeah.
She was the only one. They portrayed her as every ghetto stereotype possible. To the point we were like, yo, all right, you're doing too much. It was like watching, okay, shout out to Kicking It Too Cold. It was like those contestants on Kicking It Too Cold's Pop the Balloon that come on there because they know it's Kicking It Too Cold's product and they're not there to actually get matches. They just want to chime in. Or Love Mountain when the comedian chick came in and was just cracking jokes on everybody. She was this lady in the blue, first black guy to come up there. That's why your forehead big, blah, 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 blah.
When you looked over this way, I didn't know your forehead. Right
have
here.
You checked your forehead? Have you checked your?
But
what?
It was just like she was just roasting everybody. But even then, she got roasted on the worst out of everybody on the panel. Like what that contestant said, the first guy that came out, that I was offended. I was offended for her. I don't care if you thought that was funny or not. That was crazy work.
Lady in the blue was talking. She was sexually charged for no reason. She talking about schloings. Oh, I need a man that he got a leg. Oh, he got a this. Oh, I need him black from the waist down. I'm just sitting there. I'm like, you the only one talking like this.
And I popped my balloon because I like my man black from the waist down.
The first guy that came out, he made a joke talking about, oh, I'm black from the waist up. I'm black from the waist up. So it's like, yeah, okay, I get it. But she kept dogpiling it more and more and more. And everybody at the end, when we did the little flock talk, everybody felt the same way. They were like, yo,
what was that?
What was the point of this?
Yeah.
The first one, funny. All right, cool, haha. Second one, all right, you doing too much. Third one, all right, gang, you're doing a lot. You're doing a lot. She gets to a point, she gets to the young guy. And this is how I know these Netflix executives only watch YouTube shorts. They don't actually watch Pop the Balloon. They don't. They don't watch BM and Arlette's product all the way through. This is how you know they only watch clips. Every line that was said on this show was a line, word for word, bar for bar, said on Pop the Balloon clips. This lady in the black dress behind us, the lady said this line from a Pop the Balloon. And this is how we knew it. We just watched this, right? Yep. Her line was,
if I'm stuck on the side of the road, I need my tires changed. You coming?
That was literally something we saw on a Pop the Balloon we reacted to this week. The lady in blue, she over here talking to the dude like, oh yeah, you young enough to be my son.
He looked like my son. Like he could be my son. I like chocolate.
Oh, that's a good time.
Like,
you got blah, blah, blah. You got these women doing, oh yeah, you're just a baby. I like my man a little grown. And when your guy's young like you, You guys are just not ready yet.
You're 28, and I don't know if you're done. You know, like, I don't know, just, you know, women do develop quicker. I feel like we mature.
If you got, I challenge people, watch any random Pop the Balloon that came out in the last 2 months. Just watch any episode, then watch this. They say every single line, but it feels so scripted. It feels like there was a guy with the camera going, say your part. Call him short. You had lady over here talking about, yeah, I like my short kings. I like my short kings.
And also, like, justice for short kings. He's not even, is this short to be?
He's not a short king.
My God, I'm wearing heels.
She just say justice
Above average.
This is the notes we were taking as the show was going.
like black men.
I know. That is like, I know.
Business.
Yeah, I know.
I'm very specific with my blacks.
And see, this is what's dangerous about the show. It's live. It's live. Once it's said and once it's done, that's it. That's it. You gotta take the whole video down to edit the video.
Let's get to the most crazy part, right? So they have this actor right here, this brother, and I know y'all like, oh, just show us blah blah blah. Look, I'm not getting my video taken down for y'all. This brother right here tells the black lady in the blue dress, they get to a segment where they start talking about feet.
Yes. Who would you choose? They asked, who would you choose out of the lineup? And he said, well, I gotta check the toes out first. So he goes down and he's checking out the toes. Go ahead and finish.
He gets to the lady in blue. And he says,
Oh, thank
She's
God.
got really pretty toes.
Oh.
Me?
You've got really pretty toes. You look like you sleep from a tree upside down.
Me? Oh, you don't want this
see
smoke
her.
on me?
Who feet look like that? Who?
what animal hangs from trees upside down besides, there's only a couple.
Bat, sloth.
A possum and a monkey. Then they start having these weird fake arguments about stuff that don't matter. They had this weird staged art. This is how you know they watch the clips. He asked these ladies, there's a brother that comes on later on in the show, another actor. He asked these ladies if you've ever been flown out. He asked these ladies if you've ever been flown out to Miami or Dubai, right? Of course the ladies pop because it's like, why are you asking this, blah, blah, blah. They have this fake argument because he pops one lady because she got flown out to Vegas.
Specifically. Oh, no.
He just can't pay for the private jet to come get us.
I know, okay.
And the dude and her are just arguing about, oh yeah, I can fly you on a private jet. I can do that. Yeah. I used to fly girls out all the time. And it's the most disconnected argument I've ever heard. It's like Mozzie talking.
Mozzie about to come collect his little coin. Y'all not about to pocket off me.
Yeah, he can't afford my private jet. That's really what it was. It was a Mozzie argument.
Mozzie, yeah.
They argue like Mozzie, bro. They're talking about this private jet. Oh, it was only the guy just flew me out to Vegas on his jet. Mozzie was in Vegas with his private jet.
He's the only Pop the Balloon contestant that's in all the Pop the Balloons that have ever mentioned a jet.
Right. And they're arguing, like when I was younger, I was flying girls out. Yeah, I don't do that no more.
You're 28.
It's such a disconnected conversation. And all the people pop them. They kept saying, oh, I like my men black. I like black men. All these women kept saying they like black men. I like black men. I like black men. I like my blacks a certain way. I like my black men's hairline. I like my black. They get to this brother. And once again, the black woman that has been meeting every single stereotype says, she said word for word, I want my man to look like he kills people.
I just like men that look like they kill people. You just not a murderer. Not necessarily a murderer, just like you look like it.
Yeah. Say that.
I need my man to have a long third leg. I like my man dark a certain way. Your hairline gotta be a certain way. I need my man to look like he killed people. And it's just like, it's not like there's like a build up to this. It's just, she just throwing it out there.
Randomly blurting it out.
And it's like,
a lot of the contestants were over talking each other. this just felt like a regular just powwow. It was just live.
They had this lady in the middle with this dress on, the Asian lady. She was the most overcritical, like for no reason, person on the show.
I'm looking for someone who's emotionally intelligent, who knows what they want, who's been on the streets, and
it was just like, okay, I guess. Then all the dudes on there, nobody in this whole Pop the Balloon, there was no conversation really about love. It was just, I want to have fun. I want to party. I'm a good guy. I do yachts. I do parties. I go out. I go clubbing. And it was like, bro, it seems like y'all forgot the reason why we watched the show to begin with. Guess how many matches this show had? None. It doesn't matter what race. It doesn't matter what ethnicity. It don't matter what culture. It doesn't matter. It's all about who is hosting the show and who is directing the show and leading the show. Arlette and BM on Wednesdays, chef kiss. I don't believe every decision that was made on here was consulted by Arlette and BM. I feel like they slapped their name on it, they slapped their logo on it, but they did what they do to every corporate black show. This is the same thing that they did with Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. They took the thing that we love out of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and they just lobbed it. And I'm like, dude, I'm praying. I am literally praying that Arlette and BM do not get backlash.
I hope they don't either, but it's the fact that their names are on it. So people are gonna want to point fingers and all this other kind of stuff. But it took for us to go into like a deep dive and really look up and research like who's really, you know, executive producing the show. And of course we got a couple film majors and people that are actually in the industry in our Discord and they explain it to us. But like, yeah, this is for a specific audience, and that audience may not be us, and that's okay. Like I said, I'm more than happy to just keep watching the ones on Wednesdays, but there's somebody out there that likes this, and then there's people out there that don't like this. So there's gonna be two audiences for sure. Yeah. So you got the Netflix audience, and then you got the YouTube audience. So the YouTube audience, this is not for us. This is not for us. This is for people that have never seen Pop the Balloon a day in their life. This is something that you can just really just listen to as background chatter or just like whatever. But this is not for people that genuinely like the show Pop the Balloon or Find Love. This is for those people that go in people's reaction channels and go on the actual show. This was for those people that go in there and complain about black people on the show. Yeah. This is what this was. Because people wanted diversity. People wanted them to switch it up and add other ethnicities and races and stuff like that in there. And you got the two talking hood. I'm a rapper. Yeah, that was crazy. I'm a rapper. Yeah, that was crazy. They had her rap on the show. I
got brains. I'm a graduate with honors. Period. You got bands. You could start with being honest. Period. I work hard and I play hard too. Period. In the game, ain't a rookie with the way I move.
And it's just like, what is going on?
Because how many times have they had somebody sing on the show?
We love Arlette and BM, so we gonna support. Yeah. Regardless. So we'll do reviews of this if y'all want it, but please don't let this decide. If y'all want to watch it yourselves, watch it yourselves. At the end of the day, we support whatever. If we had to give it a score, this is a 4 out of 10.
Generous.
This is a 4 out of 10 just because I love Arlette and BM like that. I'll give him that. And the host, I feel like the host could have did something, but they didn't give that host no control over that show. They didn't give her a chance. No. Then they had this awkward lounge section. Yeah, of the people that didn't match. For the dudes that didn't get a match, they had a lounge section. They basically having a date with each other at that point. Yeah, and the dudes is in the back drinking shots with each other. Yeah. It's like, and then they showing it on the camera. It's like, what the freak am I watching this for? Then they got the nerve to end the show, have all the contestants up there, and they start partying like it's a old school Footloose movie.
But no, what happens every time you see like the local Pop the Balloons? Like remember Pop the Balloon LA? Like remember at the end of every Pop the Balloon they always party, even Tease.
Yeah.
Like they'll always party at the end of every Pop the Balloon. That's what that was.
Yeah, but it was so awkward because none of them knew how to dance. Then they had the first brother that came out. He come in, rip his shirt off. All the dudes start taking their shirts off. It's like, what the freak is going on? And then homeboy start throwing it back in the camera.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what? And then you got the host hitting the dab, and I'm like, yo, what is this? This is brain rot. Like, what the freak is this? All right, y'all. Like the video, yo. Peace, man.
Bye.